Blueface in his career right now are in a weird place. I mean, Blueface, he finally got out of prison, right? Yet everything surrounding his name has already became so toxic. We got his baby mama's beefing. We got the internet looking at him crazy for all these fake texts he done got in jail. If we looking at it, he has had one of the strangest after prison releases we done seen in a long time. Now, Blueface is not a stranger. This is somebody we all know. This is somebody who been in the face of the internet for a long time, not because his music been so good over the years, but because he know how to cause problems online. Blueface is one of them people that know how to spark up a conversation surrounding his name on the internet. He real similar to his baby mama, Chrisean Rock. Now, they both kind of became the face of toxicity. I made a video on that a couple months ago. These two move crazy. But since the history between these two is so documented and everybody know the story between Blueface and Chrisean, I'm not gonna deep dive into that today. But for some context on the two, years ago, Blueface, Chrisean Rock, they came into contact. Like I said, they both crazy. And this was a really toxic relationship that was public. I mean, there's times they was fighting in the streets. There was a time where Chrisean Rock was trying to burn Blueface's house down. Point is, their relationship publicly has been very toxic and damaging to both of them. But where I think everything changed was when Blueface got locked up a while ago. Pretty much for years, Blueface became this social media personality more than an artist, and instead of really building up a rap career, he built up different ways of making money. Blueface seen the opportunity he had in front of him. He seen that, look, I can do more than just be this rapper, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And so Blueface, he would start restaurants, he would start reality TV shows, he on OF having shows on there, having people come watch. So he doing all this, making his money, but Blueface is still Blueface. Him being toxic on the internet, that wasn't just the act, he was really this way, and it almost ruined his whole life. So let's go back a couple years, right? Blueface making money, he doing whatever Blueface do, and he goes to Las Vegas. And this wasn't just no normal night for him out in Las Vegas. He was on bad time. He got into it with somebody at the club, and instead of him, just looking at the situation logically and saying, look, I got a bag opportunity, I got money to make, I'm that nigga. Instead, he let the anger take over. He inside this club, he let some shots go off, and I don't think he had any idea what this one night was gonna do to his life, because not only did he just try to allegedly shoot a man and get an attempted body put on him, but the club was gonna make an example out of Blueface. And you gonna see what I mean as this video go on. But right after it happened, AJ Silver write this on the situation. On November 15, Blueface was taken into custody by Las Vegas Metro Police Department. According to the press release by the police department's Twitter, he was arrested for attempting to end with a deadly weapon and discharging a firearm at/into an occupied structure during an incident. And this where everything would change for him. And before I keep going on, make sure you tap in with me on IG at GetLikePrincee. I'll be dropping fits over there. You might as well tap in if you this far into the video, it would be appreciated. So this case happens, and it would take years for the results to actually show, but as the years would go on, more and more info and more pressure would get put on Blueface, because remember, he was shooting in a club, meaning the club had to shut down. And this wasn't no regular club, this was a club in Las Vegas. So this club shut down, mean they lost millions. And this club losing millions of dollars, of course they're gonna have a problem with it. But they had a person to blame. They had one man to point to, Blueface. And that's exactly what they did. They wanted every penny they lost back. And this wasn't no little money. This club wanted $13 million out of Blueface. But what did he expect? He got a club shut down. But a year after the situation, the club, Euphoric Gentlemen's Club, would turn around and ask for that money. They wanted that $13 million back from Blueface. 3 weeks after scoring a no jail sentence in his Las Vegas shooting case, Blueface was ordered to pay more than $13 million to a strip club where the October 2022 incident unfolded. SG Enterprises, which operated the club, sued him, claiming he was a nuisance whose unlawful actions caused the business to lose its license. The judgment covers $12.6 million in lost revenue, as well as lease payments of $198,000, outstanding payroll of $84,000, and charges to everything from insurance to utilities, liquors, trash service, order states. So not only did Blueface have this case going on, he getting ready to owe these people $13 million. He facing the attempted M, but he would have a whole different case going on at this same time. And this second case had a lot more to do with him landing behind bars.
Unfortunately, Blueface is going to be spending the majority of his 20s in a prison cell. This comes after he bragged openly about how fun jail was, that he enjoyed it, that he's catching all the squabbles he needed to catch in there, that in there weren't scary like Soulja Boy. Well, that was when he was in county jail, and that was LA County Jail. He was found to be in violation of his previously agreed upon supervised release, and the judge sentenced him to a 4-year prison sentence. As you can see, this don't look like the Blueface, the who be doing all this. The guy who be talking about he's a famous Crip. This looks like somebody who's institutionalized. Somebody who don't have the little lit haircut anymore. And who just has, he got a prison haircut. There's no styles, no shape up, no nothing. Facial hair ain't done. But if you still want to convince your fans that you're having a great old time catching squabbles and you're having a blast there, go ahead. The mugshot usually tells the tale of the tape. His career has been in limbo because he hasn't done that much music, but he was doing this like quasi reality TV and also writing for his new baby mama, or not his new baby mama, his other baby mama. All that's now in jeopardy. I'd be surprised if Blueface comes back from jail and is still with the same demeanor. Nobody thinks he's, everybody think he got hands, but I hope he realizes the opportunity he squandered. You know when I realized he didn't know the opportunity in front of him? He wasn't realizing he was a star. He kept thinking he was a gangbanger. When he was talking about fighting and boxing, and he was talking to an elite chopper, he's like, man, you gonna be asking for too much money. He was like, man, my last fight was for like $100,000. And I was like, Blueface is boxing for $100,000? And it wasn't, and I know y'all might be like, well, you don't deserve that much. My thing is that if you believe in your rap career, you wouldn't risk you even losing for $100,000 unless you need it, or unless you just don't give a about this other stuff and you think that this is just like some gang banging gangster shit.
So Blueface goes to prison, but it wasn't like his time on the internet was over with. From prison, he was still in the news about something, whether it was him, whether it was his baby mama, whether it was his mama. Seeming like anybody in his family was gonna go viral every couple months. But after he gets locked up, one of the first things we would really hear from Blueface was news about him getting these face tats in prison. And I mean, he was looking crazy. Them niggas in jail was just drawing anything on him. And it got so bad to a point where his own mama come out online talking about how embarrassed she was that he was in there getting them face tats and making himself look how he was looking. One article will write this: no one was more shocked by Blueface's face tats than his mom. In the No Jumper comments, she reacted to recent footage of her son debuting these new face tats while serving a jail term with a disappointed comment. It's like, I pray, and then this happens. And actually, since Blueface got out, he done spoke on these face tats and they meanings, and the reasoning he tried to get behind these face tats still sound kind of stupid, but that's not my body. If he want to do that, let that nigga do what he want.
That's what it says on the walls. It says, warning, no warning shots in this building. I'm waking up to looking at that every day, you know?
You're like, yeah.
Put that shit on my face. That's low out.
They have tattoo artists in there? What?
Come on, man. Prison and tattoos go hand in hand.
Crazy. All right, what is the Y?
That's for the hood from schoolyard, so I got, you know, that's for the yard.
Well, you're YSL?
Then I got schoolyard right here. YSL's for the hood too.
I thought YSL's
That's what I'm saying. They think it's like logos. If you literally like, all right, so this right here, right? Mm-hmm. This is the undefeated logo.
Oh shit.
Right?
Okay.
I'm undefeated.
You are.
Okay.
You are.
Dude, homies, I'm undefeated.
You know, you make me want to get tattoos. I got fake tattoos one time on stream. I looked good as bro.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
But as these months will go on, people still thinking Blueface facing 4 years. And it was like every time somebody spoke on Blueface, the answers was always different. At one point, Wet 100 would come out saying, look, Blueface got a couple months left. Then a couple months turned into the end of this year.
Well, when does he get out, man? Because I know, you know, the internet is definitely not as exciting as it was when Blueface was out here.
He's scheduled for this year. I don't like to give dates because I'm an ex-convict. And it's like you give a date, it's like jinxing somebody. And one thing about our prison system, you ain't out until you out that gate. Tory Lanez, he damn near didn't make it out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just seen cats a day before catch a year, or that morning get unalived. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you ain't out till you out. So, this is what we do know: August, September, October, November, December. The worst case is 150 days. So between now and 150 days, the return to Blueface will be here.
So Blueface is locked up, but not only was Blueface locked up, but Krishan Rock was locked up at the same time. So for a long period of time, this kid just had no parents. Both of this kid's parents were in jail. And then when Krishan Rock got out, she just made their image so much worse. Everything surrounding her Blueface and his baby just became hell on the internet. They had this kid, right? And I'm not other niggas on the internet, so I'm not about to sit up here and make fun of somebody's baby or say something out of pocket. So the internet already had this narrative that the baby wasn't okay, right? Then we have Krishan Rock adding on top of that. She would be out here literally mistreating the baby. And I'm not over exaggerating. I dead ass seen the video, a clip online while I was making this. Bro, I'm not even gonna show it, but Krishan Rock was holding the baby. She get to blow on her nose. She wipe her nose, and I swear to God, rub the snot on the baby head. That shit was so crazy. But that's the type of stuff Krishan was doing. Another time, this year, she goes to this streamer event. And instead of finding a babysitter or having somebody just watch the baby or bringing the baby with her, she decides to leave this baby in the car by himself in the middle of the summer. And Twitch employees ended up seeing the baby in her car, finding this baby. And it became a whole big situation because what are you doing? Why would you leave your baby in a car in the heat by itself? And the incident was so bad, Twitch ended up banning her off the platform. Then there was another time, she had Blueface house so dirty that this nigga dad had to kick her out of jail while Blueface was in jail. Blueface allegedly called him up, said, bro, get Krishan Rock out my house. And so that's what he did. My point in telling you all of this is without digging into every little situation on Krishan, because I did drop a video on her during the summer, just understand she was on bad timing creating this horrible narrative. And since Blueface done got out, he made it worse. So Blueface got out early last week and he didn't waste no time getting on the internet. He been viral almost every couple days, every day. He did a stream with DDG a couple days ago. It's already at over 1 million views, a stream clip from DDG and Blueface at 1 million views. That goes to show how much attention Blueface got on him right now. So he gets out, and the next day, literally, problems would spark up between everybody in his life. His mama back in this, his baby mama's back. Hot New Hip Hop will write this. Blueface been out of jail for just a couple days now. He's already facing some drama involving the mothers of his children, Jaden and Krishan Rock. It all started yesterday when Blueface took all of his kids to an arcade with Krishan by his side. Krishan Jr. was there, and his kids with Jaden were there as well. Videos of the outing made their way to social media, and Jaden was not happy. She subsequently published a video in which she called Krishan Rock a crack-headed bitch. Took her kids, saying she didn't want them near Krishan Rock. She didn't want that Krishan Rock influence on her kid, which, look, you gotta respect it, because I wouldn't leave my kids with Krishan Rock either. Y'all done heard some of the stuff she did, and you can look it up. Like, I promise you I'm not lying about her wiping that snot in their baby head. That shit really happened. But Blueface mom even got in. She got on Instagram talking about Krishan Rock. It was so much going on within just a couple days of this man getting out of prison.
No, nothing. She drove off and left that baby at Mount Tasia trying to follow my son. Jonathan daddy don't got no diapers. He ain't got no food. He don't know what the to do. Y'all need to start holding people accountable. This is not funny no more. This is not a game no more. And that was the ugliest I've ever seen in my life. And y'all watched her put that woman's baby on camera, knowing that Jaden don't play about her kids. Why would that girl put that girl's kids on the camera and ruin their whole day? So now Jaden picks her kids up, and they not with their dad right now. But she got what she wanted, and that's okay. That's okay. John needs to spend a lot of time with her kid too, but that's okay.
It wasn't just problems between each baby mama. I mean, Blueface kind of started a war between both of them. He got out and he was like, look, I didn't want either one of them. I don't want them no more because when I was locked up, they wasn't there for me. And it all started out with a tweet where Blueface said exactly that. Neither one of them was there for him. And so he says this, and of course they're gonna get online and try to defend themselves. But the thing is, Jaden came with receipts. She would reply to him and say weekly packages up until he said stop because Krishan Rock was getting mad. And when I say receipts, I quite literally mean she was pulling out receipts, inmate commissary purchases under Blueface prison ID. She's showing him sending money, doing stuff for him, messages, all that. So she really showed proof that she was locked in with Blueface, but she feels like he never appreciated it. And it would kind of go from her anger targeted toward Blueface to both the baby mamas. So now they online arguing. And it wasn't just between Jaden and Krishan. They was dragging the baby into it. Remember, the internet been making fun of this baby for years. Jaden's right there. She's seeing this shit happen real time, so I guess it influenced her to, hey, she gonna talk shit about the baby too.
One thing for sure and two things for certain. You bitches go on live talking about, oh, and if you talk about my son and anybody that talk about my son and this is what happens to them and da 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 da. No, and if any play about my kids or disrespect my kids or disrespect me about my kids, Yeah, we gonna see how far I'm willing to take it. I'm not no buster about my kids, okay? I don't let anybody just play with them. I don't let anybody just be around my kid. I don't let anybody, it ain't like that over here.
Now, Blueface has always been this controversial machine, and this controversy is not gonna slow down no time soon. People on the internet, I'm not gonna say they was missing Blueface, but they missed some of that toxic stuff he was bringing. So when he brings this toxic energy out and he puts this crazy shit on the internet, people are gonna pay attention. And I think he knows that, because ever since he got out, he has been responding to the hate. He has been responding to a lot that's going on surrounding his name.
Look, I'm gonna address this one time only for y'all, gang. My whole term, I did everything the correct way, gang. I hit the minimum yard. 3 weeks, I'm out of there. My points went up. Nigga, I'm on active yard, gangland. I did everything the correct way. All that popping about Blueface got a DP. Don't screw our crip. I've been from the hood for damn near a decade. I ain't been DP one time. And it's not gonna happen because I follow the rules. I program. Screw our crip. Like, I know I'm fresh out and I got this prison shit booming and wanna come out and tell their story. A blind got on here and said, we had mandatory yard, we squabbled in our ops. You were not on the active yard, dead homies. If you squabbled any ops in prison, you were not on the active yard. That's a no-go. Come on, cuz. It's 2026, let me fix that. I've been from the hood for over a decade. Don't ask why. Ask about that. Over a decade. And I did everything that a nigga, there's nothing that I ain't did. Y'all know what I'm talking about. School crib.
And I mean, at the end of the day, you can't blame nobody but the niggas that pay attention to it. The people on the internet, the Blueface supporters, the Krishan Rock supporters, they see them do this crazy stuff online and they give it attention, so it's gonna keep happening. They making money off of this. They clip farming. They clip farming with their real life. They clip farming with their kids. Then as all of this going on, everybody getting hate. Krishan Rock was getting so much hate. At one point, she would get online and overshare. I mean, me personally, if I'm in that situation, I'm not telling nobody what I got going on. But she got on live. She was like, man, I'm about to get married. I'm buying land. I'm trying to build a compound. She talking all of this, basically saying she done with Blueface. She got her a new nigga on the way.
And everybody that keep trying to get something out of me, no. If you want to see me, come to Baltimore on my turf where I'm safe at. I'm not going up there in LA unless I get paid. And I'm right back in Baltimore. I just bought acres of land. I'm building a foundation, a compound. I'm getting married. It's so much things that I've been working on behind the scenes with God. I'm just going to allow him to just bless it, sanctify it, and that's it. I'm out the way on purpose, bro. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't even know the half. And I feel like that's the thing. Y'all don't know too much, so y'all trying to get me on here to talk too much. I'm not ready to talk to y'all.
But what do y'all think? How do y'all really feel about Blueface?